the right winds blow, take it right over.
Concern in southern Kentucky after wildfires spring up overnight, threatening some homes.
As fire crews take to the sky to battle wildfires, our crews are flying over the flames. We'll take you above the fires.
And it's been 1 year since a Richmond police officer was shot in the line of duty. We'll show you how the community honored Officer Daniel Ellis today.
This is WKYT News at 6.
An orange glow still lighting up parts of the state tonight as wildfires continue to burn across hundreds of acres.
And it doesn't look like firefighters will get much help from the weather. Good evening to you. Thursday's rain helped crews some when it came to battling the flames, but it wasn't enough.
And we continue to see more wildfires pop up in parts of eastern and southern Kentucky, including one in Wayne County that got pretty close to several homes today in the Turkey Creek area, which is not far from the McCreary County line. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is talking to homeowners in our top story at 6.
Flames could be seen across Turkey Creek Road Thursday night, and then residents watched the fire quickly move down the hill.
She called and told us the woods was on fire again. And I got my dad here, and we come out here, and it was going pretty good.
Monticello firefighters rushed out to protect homes in the line of the fire when it broke out about 8 o'clock Thursday night, and kept watch over the area through the night.
Well, it borders our house, and I got 2 babies at home and a wife, and once fire destroys something, you never get it back.
There is no exact word on what caused these fires, but they do suspect arson. In fact, forestry officials tell me that in nearby Cumberland County, a hunter set a fire on property simply because he wasn't allowed to hunt there. Forestry officials say the fire burned more than 80 acres in northeastern Wayne County.
Fire, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't pick who it damages. Our house is just within sight of this.
Officials say conditions are just right for fires to get out of control. It's windy, dry air and brittle leaves for fuel.
Since the first week of July, we got a lot of rain that week, and then it turned off dry, and we've not got much rainfall since the first week of July.
Firefighters say they were able to keep the flames from damaging any homes or property. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The Monticello fire chief says his volunteers kept watch over that area from about 9 Thursday night until early this morning, until state forestry crews could contain it. One of the largest fires still burning in the state is in Harlan County. At one point, 1,500 acres were on fire. Today, National Guard started battling the flames from the air. They dropped water on the wildfire in the Cumberland area. The Red Cross also has volunteers in Harlan and surrounding counties right now. They say they have shelters on standby in 5 counties.
Our own team also took to the sky today to get a look at the fires burning in eastern Kentucky. The state is still under a state of emergency tonight because of all the fires. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell flew over eastern Kentucky today. He continues our top story team coverage.
We jumped aboard Sky First again today to go check out the forest fire situation across parts of southeastern Kentucky. The situation looked a whole lot better today.
Traveling the skies between Lexington and Pikeville was a little easier today. This time the skies weren't filled with smoke nearly as early as Thursday. A change came in the atmosphere overnight. Some showers arrived to help extinguish the flames, and winds were driving the smoke toward the south today. Along with firefighters on the ground and in the air, overall firefighting progress looks much better. 6 Black Hawk helicopters have now joined the fight to keep flames down. In some cases, the damage was already done. A power line pole isn't even attached to the ground anymore, thanks to the flames. On Thursday, smoke hovered all around Shelby Valley High School and the Parkview Nursing Home in Pike County. But today, things look like they're back to normal. Crews are still battling some hot spots and smaller fires in Harlan County. Nearly 24 counties across Kentucky currently have burn bans.
We only encountered one different flame up compared to yesterday, and that was one that we got a hold of right around the Beattyville area. That's when we started seeing more smoke up on a ridge top in that location. In Lexington, I'm WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Well, it certainly doesn't look like firefighters will get much of a break this weekend. We are tracking more dry weather in the forecast. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your weekend forecast.
Yeah, and to boot, to make things even worse, Amber, yeah, we're going to stay dry, but those humidity levels are going to come way down as well over the next few days, and that certainly is no friend of the forests that are out there and that are already burning. We look at a live sky cam. You know what? Outside of obviously the terrible situation with the brush fires, the weather this weekend for this time of year is really pleasant outside of it being so dry in the fire situation into eastern and southeastern Kentucky. Late evening or late afternoon, early evening temperatures range from the low 50s in the north to the low 60s across the south. And it is a quick drop in thermometers, my friend, as the sun sets low on that horizon and then finally calls it quits for the day. We're going to notice that temperature dropping quickly into the 40s. If you're out and about this evening, take the jacket. Defender Radar Network, nothing is out there. Beautiful high pressure on top of the land of Lincoln right now, Illinois. We are on the seasonal side of that. Warm air is off to the west of us. The really toasty stuff we had to start November may try to flare back up well to our west. We'll keep a more typical brand of thermometer readings over the next few days, and we may creep it back up to above normal a little bit, but nothing like what we had. Coming up in a few minutes, we will look for any sign of rain that we can find in the 7-day forecast.
Chris, we'll see you then. Thank you. We will continue to track the wildfires. Crews are battling throughout the weekend. For the very latest on the fires and the weather, just keep checking our website, WKYT.com, or you can always download the WKYT News app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
It's one of the more somber anniversaries in Richmond. Today marks 1 year since a police officer was shot in the line of duty.
Officer Daniel Ellis was shot on the morning of November 4th, 2015, while he was investigating a robbery. He died just 2 days later.
This morning, dozens of first responders and community members joined Officer Ellis's friends and family for a moment of silence. WKYT's Hillary Thornton was there, too. She shows us how they're still honoring Officer Ellis a year later.
Dozens gathering for a moment of silence, that tone marking 1 year since 10:36 a.m. November 4th, 2015, the time a call came through dispatch saying an officer had been shot.
You know, a year ago I was sitting at my desk at Madison Central when the head principal and a couple officers came in to get me, and I remember standing here today thinking they're joking, right?
While today's gathering out here marking that terrible memory, it also serving as a moment of reflection and gratitude.
And then I look around and I just see so many people that absolutely love Daniel and love me and our family, and I just thankful for all of them.
The showing of support today, something that has been visible throughout the entire past year, a community standing behind law enforcement and Officer Daniel Ellis's family, including his young son Luke. While only 4 years old, his mom says he understands what is going on.
At the preschool they had a party, and you know, somebody said, well, his dad's not going to come today, and he said, no, my dad's in heaven. He won't be here today.
Understanding that his dad died a hero,
Code 4 for Code 3, Mr. Step on full overdose.
living out his oath to serve and protect,
1027.
just like those carrying on that work, responding at a moment's notice to a call for help, even as they remember one of their own. In Richmond, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Officer Ellis will be honored again on Sunday during the annual Turkey Bowl at Madison Central High School. The flag football game begins at 4 o'clock. We're also learning some new information tonight about a woman accused of hitting and killing 2 pedestrians with her car last weekend in Lexington. Suzanne Whitlow is charged with 2 counts of manslaughter and DUI. The crash killed UK employee Timothy Moore and Louisville Metro Police Detective Jason Schweitzer. According to an arrest citation, Whitlow admitted to drinking before the crash. She was supposed to be in court today for her first court appearance, but only her attorney was there. A jail spokesperson says Whitlow was taken back to the hospital Thursday for some more medical care. She's expected to be in court on December 19th.
For a family in Nicholasville, a lifetime of memories went up in flames on Halloween morning. They're still in the process of getting back on their feet as police try to figure out what caused that fire. WKYT's Andrea Walker talked with the family in a story that's new at 6 about how they're holding up.
Like most 9-year-old girls, Peyton Turner has been counting down the days until her 10th birthday next Wednesday.
What did you want for your birthday?
A sleepover.
Unfortunately, that's no longer an option after the family's home was completely destroyed by a fire on Halloween morning. Kimberly Turner, Peyton's grandmother, says the family is still in shock.
I still find it hard to believe. I just don't understand.
The Turners are now living in a small 2-bedroom apartment. We sat on the floor for our interview today as the family no longer has furniture. They have no insurance and right now no idea how to pick up the pieces of what they've lost. As you can see, the house looks pretty bad on the outside, but that's absolutely nothing compared to the damage on the inside.
I went upstairs and went through the rubble, as you say, a couple days ago. If it wasn't damaged by the fire, it was by the smoke and water.
We spoke with the Nicholasville Police Department today, who tell us the fire is currently under criminal investigation. They tell us they're looking into multiple scenarios, but Kimberly says she knows in her gut what happened.
So you suspect foul play?
I do.
While the last few days have been devastating, there is one thing that's helping the family make it through the pain: each other.
Just knowing that we all are okay.
In Nicholasville, Andrea Walker, WKYT.
The community is now rallying behind the family. 2 of Peyton's teachers are taking her shopping this afternoon for some new clothes, but the family still needs help. If you would like to donate, you can find a link to the family's GoFundMe page on WKYT.com.
New tonight, a southeastern Kentucky animal shelter is getting a roof just in time as the weather starts becoming cooler. Sisters Saving Shelters in Lexington has raised nearly $6,500 to build a roof over the dog kennels at the Leslie County Animal Shelter. 10 of the kennels at the shelter are being protected only by a tarp, which has to be replaced every 2 weeks.
They could freeze to death. They could, I mean, it's windy. This is in the mountains. It's cold, and they're out in the rain, they're out in the snow, and they need to be out of shelter just the same as any other animal.
The sisters, along with some volunteers, will be going to the Leslie County Animal Shelter this weekend to work on that roof.
Fayette County's new nameless high school is about to get a name. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, a committee tasked with naming the county's new school on Winchester Road will make a recommendation to the board next week. The committee will be at the Fayette County Public School Board meeting on November 10th. Until then, district officials will not release the names of the people on the naming committee. After they recommend a name, the school board will take a vote.
No one likes a parking ticket, right? But for the next month, you can use those unpaid tickets to do some good for other people and for your wallet. All you need are some canned goods.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
All right, if you have a parking ticket, you are in luck again this year. The Lexington Parking Authority is bringing back their Food for Fines holiday program.
Here's how it works. Lex Park's canned food drive kicks off on Monday and runs through December 16th. People who bring in 10 cans of food will get $15 off any Lex Park or Lexington Police issued parking citation. Those with multiple citations can bring in as many cans as they want and receive $15 off for every set of 10 cans. Past due citations are eligible. All cans will be donated to God's Pantry Food Bank.
New tonight, we've learned that the owners of a downtown Lexington restaurant are looking to sell the eatery. Business Lexington reports that Alfalfa's owners, Jim Happ and Betsy Moses, want to talk to potential buyers interested in either shared or sole ownership of the restaurant. In a Facebook post, the owners say after 17 years, it's time to step aside.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Dry weather continues across the Bluegrass State. That's really a bad thing, but at least the weather for the weekend is going to be pleasant for any folks who are planning to do something outdoors. Live look in Jackson from our cam down there. No longer as smoky as what we were seeing a few days ago, but still a fair amount of forest fires ongoing into southeastern Kentucky. Not going to get any better from the weather. No help from Mother Nature for the next several days. How about this sunset right now in Lexington? Are you kidding me? A little bit of cloud cover today, early, and now a few more clouds trying to creep back in, but a gorgeous sunset. We go from the low 50s to the low 60s, so quite the temperature spread across our part of the world. All of that as expected due to some clouds versus some sun today. Seasonal temperatures, though, with high pressure controlling the weather across the Ohio Valley. Let's roll into our Saturday. A little frost in the morning. Awesome, though, for tomorrow afternoon. You know what Sunday's going to bring? A little frost in the morning and awesome by the afternoon. It's a rubber stamp forecast where we just take one day, replay it for the next 3 or 4 or maybe 5 days in a row. That includes the early part of next week with sunshine and those pleasant temperatures. Heading out to Commonwealth Stadium tomorrow, tailgating, low 60s. Kickoff temperatures dropping quickly into the upper 40s to low 50s, and we'll stay into the mid 40s as we go into the second half and for that trip back home after hopefully a big W. Let's go through the weekend now, hour by hour. Watch for some fog in the morning. They can be quite thick yet again. Noontime, where the fog is still lingering, you're closer to 50. Outside of the fog, upper 50s. We'll hit 60 to 65 tomorrow in many areas. Quick drop in your back porch thermometer tomorrow evening, and by Sunday morning, the upper 30s are showing up yet again across the Bluegrass State. Sunday afternoon, putting the wraps on that weekend. Dry conditions, may not be able to find too many clouds in the sky at all as we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow, then again Sunday. And look at that number on Sunday, into the mid-60s. You know what we get some Sunday night into Monday morning? Pretty much more of the same. Some upper 30s to low 40s and another very pleasant weather day. Is that going to hold true for Election Day? Looks like it right now. 68 degrees Monday and Tuesday. That means Southern Kentucky, you've got a chance at 70. Northern Kentucky, a little cooler. We like to split the difference with that thermometer. 66 degrees for Wednesday. I've kind of pushed that rain chance back a few days, guys. That's not a good thing. Hopefully that trend reverses itself this weekend, and one we'll fine-tune as we go through the next few days.
All those tailgaters at Commonwealth are saying, thank you, Chris Bailey.
You're welcome. Just, you know what, throw me a burger, throw me a steak, whatever's on the grill.
Just toss it your way.
Toss it my way.
Okay.
You'll eat it.
Just ahead, Coach Cal praising his freshman big man.
Cal talking today about Bam Adebayo and what the analytics are showing. And for Mark Stoops and his team, the hard work has been paying off. Now they just have to remain as hungry as they've been. Sports is next. John Calipari saying today he's not sure what lineup he'll go with in Sunday night's final exhibition game against Asbury. Said he could go with 3 guards. Cal says he uses analytics to determine combinations on the court. And this afternoon, he really praised freshman big man Bam Adebayo.
Greatest thing, the rebound attempts on offense and defense. Who do you think was by far the leader in rebound attempts? Basketball Benny's. Yeah, wasn't close. And I'm able to say that's why he will play. So he goes 100% of the time, which is an outrageous number. And you would think in that game he wouldn't because of who we played. He does.
As for Asbury, the Eagles have already won 2 games, but they face a serious height disadvantage Sunday. Coach Schaus, Will Schaus, does not have a player on his roster taller than 6'7", while the Cats have 6 players who are at least 6'9". So how will Asbury try to counter the size factor?
I know there's going to have to be some pump fakes. There's definitely going to have to be some pump fakes. There's definitely going to have to be a couple fadeaway shots, you know, a lot of threes. That's just something we're going to have to change around. But I think we're just going to stick to our game plan and just try to, you know, just try to be comfortable as possible in that environment. But we're just going to try to be comfortable and play our game.
Tomorrow night, the Kentucky Wildcats hope to take a big step and become bowl eligible by upsetting Georgia in Commonwealth Stadium. Cats have won 5 of the last 6 games. With a lot of hard work, Kentucky has simply turned its season around. Now, there aren't many seniors on this squad to lead the way, but everybody has been able to pull together.
Just everybody just rallying together, you know, and that's the biggest thing. And I think, you know, with the seniors, like you said, we have, you know, they've been around a long time, and they've seen, you know, the ups and downs, and they're ready, they're hungry. And, you know, that kind of fed off on younger guys and guys like me coming in. This is really like the first year for me playing. So, you know, it just feeds off really well because everybody's going to have the same ambition, the same hunger. As we did, you know, last year and the years before, and you know, it's starting to pay off.
And the Cats and the Dogs is set for a 7:30 kickoff tomorrow night. It's on the SEC Network. John Lipsitz has been fired as women's soccer coach at UK after 8 seasons. Lipsitz put together a record of 86, 61, and 19. This year, his team was 5, 9, and 4, going just 1, 7, and 3 in the Southeastern Conference. And the first round of the high school playoffs tonight, we will have nearly 20 games on our late night schedule. Here's this week's top 10. Scott County number 1, Lafayette 2, unbeaten LCA is 3, Danville 4, Madison Central 5, followed by Pulaski County, Southwestern, Lexington Catholic 8, Rockcastle 9, East Jessamine 10. Highlights of all those teams and more coming up tonight at 11 on Game Time. Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard will have it all for you. Sam Amber, back to you.
A final check of your First Alert forecast with Chris is next.
And then on the CBS Evening News, the presidential election has divided some families around the country. Steve Hartman explains when he goes on the road.